Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It is time once again in War Thunder to go through some of the roadmap changes that they are proposing to bring in, and as usual, Gaijin would like some discussion on the topic, so why not make a video about it and also let you guys know to let your voices be heard when it comes to the forums and even the comment section of this video and also the devblog. Like, why not? Sorry that I've been a little bit absent when it comes to streams the last few days and also a little bit late on video stuff, but there's some personal stuff going on in the life, and obviously that takes precedence. So I apologize, but don't worry, should be cleaned up pretty soon. Hopefully everything goes okay. So, what are we talking about today? Number one, they're changing how kills and assists work when it comes to War Thunder. Well, I suppose kind of when it comes to aircraft, because when I look at like what they're doing, the main thing that they seem to be focusing on is that area where vehicles don't necessarily die, like when they get like a wing stripped off or half the tail stripped off, but it counts as a kill. They don't want that to count as a kill anymore. And also the whole kill stealing thing that people have complained about for years. I don't think there's like a huge issue with it, but some people obviously feel that way. The idea of when you have crippled an enemy and it is like falling out of the sky, or it won't be able to do anything more kind of going into the battlefield. The idea is that it actually counts as a kill instead of just an assist when somebody else kills it. So they're reformatting that whole system, and then also they're trying to make night battles work. So we'll focus on the two things. First of all, starting off with the aircraft destruction idea. So basically they're bringing in what is classed as a new mechanic. I wouldn't really class it as a new mechanic. It's pretty much just changing what is counted as a kill and what is counted as an assist. Like, that's pretty much the whole idea. And they talk about the fact that there wasn't a unified system for aircraft for the longest time when it came to how much damage they took. So what actually counted as a kill for one specific aircraft may not necessarily count as a kill for another specific aircraft. Same with the idea of crits as well, which is why sometimes you would critically damage an aircraft, but it wouldn't really tell you what was the issue with it. And also you would critically damage one aircraft in one way and it would count as a death, and in another it just wouldn't. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to unify everything together, which, you know, hopefully will work in a pretty decent way. Hopefully that is something which they will add in. So they're adding in this severe damage mechanic, and you can see here it says if an aircraft is damaged to the extent where it would have been counted as being destroyed previously, despite still being able to fly, shoot, and land to repair, this new mechanic will count as severely damaged. So in that kind of interim area, which used to count as a kill for a lot of vehicles, where you are massively badly damaged, but you can still fly, they're making it now so it's severe damage instead of a kill. So this is actually negative, but also at the same time, it unifies all vehicles to live by the same standards. So it will make more sense to individuals, but also you are technically getting less RP and SL because of it, because of the fact it won't count as a kill. So how is this going to work? They go through it here. Basically, when you cripple an enemy to a point where it is seen as severely damaged, you will get a certain amount of RP and also SL, mainly in the form of score, which is how these things are calculated. Then, if the enemy gets destroyed, so let's say you severely damage it, then it hits the ground, then you will get that kill. So you will get all of the stuff from that kill. If somebody else kills the enemy while it is severely damaged, they will get a kill, but also you will also technically get a kill by name, but not by reward. So you will get the severe damage score, whereas the other person will get the finished off score, which is the same as a kill score, at least by the thing. And also both of you will have a frag on your statistics, but you will not get the additional score that you would get from getting the actual kill for the severe damage. Does that make sense? So if you severely damage an aircraft, nobody else touches it, it crashes, and it dies, you get the kill. If you severely damage an aircraft and then it gets finished off by somebody else, they get a kill registered to them and the score for that. You get a kill registered to you and your service record, but do not get the additional score for it, right? So it's basically an assist, but it counts as a kill in the service record, making you feel better, okay? So that's pretty much how the whole system is working. And it says, as a result, both players will receive a frag of the enemy aircraft in their statistics, as well as counting for tasks and camouflage unlocks as usual, for example. So technically, from a non-research point of view, it's actually pretty good, because you're able to do like all of these things. You're able to, you know, get better on camouflages. You're able to do that, but it doesn't give you the additional score a kill has. So they're really trying to solve what a lot of people have had issues with in the past when it comes to the idea of kill stealing in RRB or arcade, which for me, like it, as I said, it's never been a huge deal, but I understand why they're trying to address it. This seems to be a decent way to address it, and even though it's not really a problem that I think affects a ton of people, at least it will put a lot of people's heads at ease. The other thing to also mention is if this actually will affect or what is classed as severe damage, right? Because that's something they are very ambiguous about when it comes to how or stuff is going to be severely damaged. So are we just changing what is actually seen on each vehicle as severely damaged instead of a critical? And also, is it going to be a uniform system? Because there are some vehicles which can fly with not a lot going on with them, where other vehicles drop out the sky when they take in a wing damage, for example. So that's something to at least think about. They're just trying to address the middleman here. So instead of just assists, crits, and destructions, you are now putting in this middleman in the middle. So technically, in certain areas, you will get more score, and in others, it will be the same, but you will get a kill, or it'll count as a kill. Another thing which I actually think is a huge positive for this system, which we can see here, is actually when the battle finishes. So when the battle finishes, and if an aircraft is flying around which is severely damaged, then the actual end of the battle, when it comes, the player who severely damaged the vehicle, so let's say you damaged the vehicle and then it just went to like space or wherever, you actually get that kill. So this is really good. This means that people can't just like fly around with only one wing for ages, or if they have like a tail which is busted and then they just like shoot up to the sky and then like go over here somewhere. That basically means that the vehicle is good, right? You are able to get the rewards from that, which you should have got anyway. So that's the main positive out of this system that they're bringing in. Now, overall thoughts, the system's fine. As I said, I think it goes after something which I don't see as a huge issue. The only thing I'm worried about is the fact that you don't get any additional reward for it. I feel like people are not going to be too happy with that, but overall it's fine. You know, it solves a middleman. I'm not really a huge fan of going after middlemen. I'd rather just kind of remove them, but it's fine. You know, the night battles one is hilarious. So there's one dude, there's just one dude in the Guardian office who's just sat there and he's like, I gotta make these work, man. I gotta, you know, this, if I don't do this, you know, my family will be disgraced forever, for generations. We'll be locked up in a jail in, I don't know, Botswana, and we'll be away from everything else. For some reason, there is somebody there who cannot just hit the red button and go, no, this does not work. We need to just nuke it. Instead, what we have is this convoluted system to try and make it work, and even incentives to try and get people to enjoy it, which is just hilarious. So they're going to add a toggleable night battle setup. So in the options, you'll be able to toggle if you want to see night battles or if you want. This is going to happen at a battle rating of 10-0 and above. So this will only affect those vehicles. Remember, when it comes to it, that could mean battles at 10-0. So technically, it could also affect 9-0, 9-3, 9-7 vehicles in that range, right? So basically 9-0 to 12-0 or 12-3 or whatever it is right now in ground, probably 12-0 or 11-7, and that will be your range of night battles. So the idea is vehicles have thermal vision, vehicles have night vision, so it wouldn't be too much of an issue. The problem is, as always with night battles, is the same thing it's always been. NVIDIA filters exist, AMD filters exist, gamma settings exist. People, if they want to, can just turn off night battles if they want to. And this means that you are never at an equal playing field, even if you have thermals, even if you have night vision, even if everybody else has night vision and thermals, you are not at a level playing field. That's just how it works, okay? That's why trying to force something into a game to work through different conditions, whether it be environmental conditions, whether it be through light conditions, doesn't work, because people can third party change everything. And all of this stuff is, as I said, it's according to the game's rules and everything like that, it's legal to do for the game, right? Like, you can do any of these things. There's just no point in even bothering with this stuff, right? So how are they trying to get you to play night battles? Because we all love night battles, which is why we need incentives to actually play it, right? So you can see here, they're going to be adding rewards for night battles. So probably like get X kills in night battles or win X amount of night battles and you'll get this wonderful trophy that you can love. So basically you can get some night vision goggles as a decoration, a loading screen of tanks firing in the dark, and then also titles, decal, 3D decorations, and player profile icons. My guess is it will probably be something like this for the night battle stuff. So yeah, fantastic, wonderful things. I think I have a clip somewhere of me playing a night battle on stream where it is just pitch black and I can't see anything. And I don't have any thermals, and I don't have any of this, and I don't have any of that. So yeah, really fun time, really enjoyable. But they are trying to really chuck in a bunch of incentives to get you to play this mode. I don't know why. I just want to sit down with the dude who is like, this has to work. We've been trying to make this work for so long. We've been trying to add it in. People just despise it. People don't really like it. But we have to. It's got to be done. Why? That's just the question. And it says here, night battles allow you to diversify your matches while at the same time experience some different and difficult scenarios that are not present during daytime battles. Yeah, like having to alter your settings while playing the battles. Having said this, we understand that not everyone likes this type of complication, so we're giving you the option whether or not you want to participate in the night battles. As night battles are generally more difficult to play in than daytime battles, no, they're not if you configure your settings. That's the whole point. That's the issue right there. Okay? It isn't the fact that they're harder. I don't know if I can do it right now. No, well, I can. But here, let's see, display capture. Let's see if I can get it to work here. Yeah, it should just show this. There you go. So, wonderful stuff. Hi. Oh, you can't see me. Hello, I'm over here. All right, I'm just going to hide myself for a second. This is my display right now when it comes to my PC. Okay? This is GeForce Experience. You know what you see on this? Hey, look. Oh, what's this? But unfortunately, I'm not in a game. But in War Thunder, you can click this if you have an NVIDIA card. And you can increase the sharpness. You can change all of the colors. You can do so much with this, just so it's easier to spot enemies. Just so you can negate a lot of effects that the game brings in. You can do all these things for a very easy way of doing stuff. Okay? You can do this on AMD too. They have their own settings. You can do this on other graphics cards too. You know who can't do this? Console players. All they can do is increase their gamma so they can see things. That's why night battles are bad. Because they are highly abusable. And you have stuff which is built into your game to abuse those things. Okay? So it isn't the fact that, oh, people don't like a challenge. Of course some people like a challenge. I spade vehicles that are trash. Right? I spade that. Type 60 ATM, done. 2S1, not great, done though. And I enjoy like doing it, right? I think it's fun. I don't shy away from challenge. What I shy away from is an uneven battlefield. And that's what night battles bring in. Whether it's the filter issue or whether it's the fact that some vehicles just have better equipment for night battles than others, right? And the fact that you're trying to bring in incentives to try and get people to play them shows that there are so many people who are in exactly the same boat. When you want to see, right? You want to be able to see things. It's just like playing... Imagine if you're playing any other game, okay? So let's say you're playing, I don't know, League of Legends, for example, or Dota, or CS2 even. That's a game that just came out. Right, let's say you're playing CS2, and then every so often, against your will, and not forced by any other player, so not like a smoke or a flashbang or anything like that, your screen just goes pitch black. And it just does it for a few rounds. And then every so often you get a flare which turns up and you can kind of see things every so often. Right? And then imagine if there's another player which is in a different place and they're able to see everything. That's night battles. That's how it works. That's why people don't like them. Okay? So, just like Fetch from Mean Girls. By the way, Mean Girls 2 is coming out next year. Pretty cool, right? Mean Girls is actually a cult classic, at least of mine. Good old Lindsay Lohan. Very fun movie. But yeah, they seem to be doing some like weird musical thing with it, so we'll see how it goes. But the main thing, right, is just like Fetch, stop trying to make night battles work. Just take them and just smash them over there somewhere so no one has to see them again. Right? Simple as. You know what's hilarious about this, though? Look at the two top comments. It would be really nice if night battles returned to their original state. Really dark, with no illumination flares. Starting from a BR of 80 plus, now that is an optional to play them. The gameplay would be very unique. Yes, it's very unique to not be able to see anything. Needing to rely on IR spotlights on lower battle ratings and thermal images on higher ones. There is multiple 7.0, 7.3, 7.7, 8.0, 8.3, and even 8.7 vehicles that do not have night vision. 161 upvotes. I would rather drive stakes into my eyes. I remember playing a night battle at 6.3 when they were first come in with the Bulldog. The Bulldog actually has night vision. It's not very good, but it works. Nobody else had it. Guess who did well that match? Then you have why no night battles for aircraft? Because people like to use their eyes. When you dim things, right? Right, okay, here you go. Boom. Welcome to a night battle. You like that? People like seeing stuff. People like using their senses. You know? That's why. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. They should just straight up remove them. Okay? So, what did we learn from this? The new kind of middle ground between kills and assists, overall pretty good, pretty positive. The night battle stuff they're bringing in is fine. It's better than the old system because you can turn it off, and giving people incentives is also good. But the real solution, as has been since the start, just stop trying to make them work. This is the last straw with this. If this doesn't work, you have nothing else. Right? So this is kind of the last hurrah for these night battles. Just get rid of them. There's no need. Nobody cares about them. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Brendan Quinn, Vilneus, Character Fuel, Juan the Panda, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, Bareen, Peter Grayling, Alan Hacker, Sem Alslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R., and also Lafouche for supporting the channel.